Blessed good morning, viewers, subscribers, new viewers, and old viewers. Pleasant good morning. So, right now, with no further ado, my viewers and my sub, today, Monday morning, hope everybody wake up to see a wonderful day. First Monday in a long time. Over the past weeks, was not a lockdown Monday, but anyway, today we have a big trial. I got kick off in the home circuit court. You don't know downtown Kingston. This is a trial of no other my viewers and my sub. It's a trial, yeah. A Clangman them trial, my viewers and my sub. If anybody don't know Clangman, yeah man, Jamaica, Spanish Town gang, Tesha Miller, Black man, yeah man, them people, them you call Clangsman. But anyway, with no further ado, I could hear what them are talk about right now. Police adversary, road closure downtown on Monday for the Clangsman trial. So, you hear the headline there? From you hear the headline there, you know the thing going on. Right now, Vibes Cartel trial was Jamaica longest trial. Make us see if the Clangsman them are gonna be the biggest trial. The police had advised of major road closure to be in place in downtown Kingston on Monday to facilitate the trial of the alleged members of the Spanish Town St. Catherine base Clangsman gang. Yeah man, my viewers, I'm a sub from one year that I don't want to hear nothing more. Jamaica Constabulary Force said the intersection of King Street and Tower Street and the intersection of King Street and Barry Street in Kingston will be closed on Monday, September the 20th between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to facilitate the trial of the alleged gangsters in the Supreme Court. Motorists are being asked to adhere to the directives of the police on the ground. The JCF advised some 32 alleged members of the fraction of the gang are set to go on trial under what is popularly called the anti-gang legislation. The group includes the alleged leader of the fraction gang, Andrew Blackman Bryan, from whom efforts were made last week to get legal aid representative. So right now, my viewers and my sub, this is the first in a long while we hear say a top down I fear get legal aid lawyer. But anyway, that now have nothing to do with me. We just are reading note. Let's just get into it. Which had reportedly been scarred for all the other alleged gang members heading to court. The trial is settled to become the biggest criminal case ever in both Jamaica and the English-speaking Caribbean. So, my viewers and my sub, you know I hear not more from a ear that say it is the biggest trial for ever happen in a Jamaica and in any English-speaking country. That means England, Jamaica, Canada, US, all those English-speaking country, my viewers and my sub. That one I gonna be crazy, my viewers and my sub. Remember me telling you. Yeah man, my viewers and my sub, that one I gonna be a history trial, man. No fun I go hear about that one, my viewers and my sub. Me I telling you that. All people now go hear about this. But remember, no just go and stay tuned. Because that one I go big. And you don't know say JNN news channel I go bring all of the updates them on that one. Right throughout the day, right throughout the progress of this trial. We are going to bring updates because we have to make people them know in Jamaica what go on. So right now we are going to bring all of the updates them. So my people, leave thoughts and comment in the comment section. and make we know what no things I go come out of this a trial and my viewers and my sub. Mom of two young children shot dead in their presence in Manchester. Two young ones have been left traumatized after their mother was murdered at their house in Comfort District, Manchester on Friday night. The deceased have been identified as 32-year-old Shana K. Richards of Comfort. It was reported that Richard was at her home with her kids, aged 4 and 12 years, when gunmen kicked open the door. Sometime after 8 p.m., the woman was shot multiple times by the hoodlums before they fled the scene. Her young ones were not harmed by the attackers. The woman was assisted by residents to the hospital where she was pronounced. The Manchester police, in their probe, are yet to identify a motive for this gruesome gun attack and this female. Clangsman comes to court. Yeah, man, remember we tell us say we are going to cover it, man. We have more to give you, with the slim success that the Jamaican authorities have scored over the last 3 years with the prosecution of 4 criminal organizations. Much rides on the ability of much anti-gang legislation to secure conviction against 33 alleged members of the ruthless Clangsman gang. The alleged gangsters include Andre Blackman Bryan, the reputed leader of the One Dan gang. A split of the St. Catherine North-based Clangsman are expected to bring their trial today in the Home Circuit Court. The trial, which is believed to be the largest anti-gang trial in the English-speaking Caribbean, will see the 32 men, 1 woman being tried under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organization Act 2014, better known as the anti-gang legislation, and the indictment with 22 counts for allegedly being part of the criminal organization in a judge alone trial. The legislation come to the fore in 2014. 2014 as a major crime fighting tool which would significantly help to dismantle the country's criminal empires and by extension help to reduce the murder rate which police have primarily attributed to marauding gangs. But the law has had more failure than success, as all the members of the Dexter Street, Boga Hill, Boga Gully, and King Valley gangs prosecuted under the Anti-Gang Act were freed, while 15 of the 24 defendants arrested in the Enchanted Williams case were also acquitted. Since then, many stakeholders in the judiciary and the political and the law enforcement include defense counsel have highlighted a number of shortcomings, including lack of provision for search warrants, which they believe have comprised the visibility of the act. Those matters are expected to be addressed in a review of the legislation. Note defense lawyer Peter Champagny, QC, who was involved in 2 of the reference gang trials, believe that there is too much defense on the evidence of the main witness in the case. The challenge I find with these cases is that a heavy reliance is often placed on a particular individual who, for all intent and purpose, is a self-confessed criminal, and in that regard they are always a defense in the terms of the starting point for the prosecution, said the criminal defense lawyer. Having said that, it is hope that in ongoing forward prosecutions of this nature would factor another witness who is able to corroborate What is said by these self-confessed criminals, Penny argued that lawmakers should especially amend the current anti-gang legislation to address the shortcoming of search warrants and the reception of electronic evidence into trial. He also hopes that prosecutors and investigators have learned from the experience and judgments of the previous anti-gang trial, like the rest of Jamaica, and as someone who is a part of the legal system, it will particularly be interesting for me to, because I would be curious to see how, if any at all, the approach will different from the past cases that have been tried in the circuit court, and it makes good for our president to follow, Champagny told. Director of the Public Prosecution declined Paula Lewin declined substantive comment on the case. All I can tell you is that the crown is ready, she equipped repeatedly on Sunday. Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP Fitzroy Bailey, who captains the crime portfolio, also declined to speak in details on the constabulary expectation heading into the trial, or whether investigators were more confident on their chance in securing conviction of all defendants this time around. We do our work and we hope for the best, he said, adding that any shortcoming in the act was a matter for the jury. Bailey indicated that the police would be ramping up security for the witness and court staff, including prosecutors and judges. The presence of the court will be heavily managed, he said. We will be putting in appropriate security measures to ensure that the trial is undisturbed, he said. As a part of the police security details, the intersection of King and Tower Street as well as King and Barry Street will be closed today between 8 and 5. The police raised the threat level on Sunday for its members in the St. Catherine North Division who had arrested and charged the alleged gang members and whose operatives were said to plan an attack on lawmen in the division, along with the 33 defendants. About 40 lawyers, 4 prosecutors and 43 witnesses will be involved in the trial, which will be conducted in 2 courtrooms with the use of technology. The 33 defendants were among 53 alleged gang members who were captured in different police operations. However, 20 of them were later freed by the court after prosecutors found that they did not have sufficient evidence against them to mount a successful case. The Wandan gang reportedly emerged after the Clangman gang split during an international power struggle between the reputed leaders of the Clangman, Tesha Miller and Brian, who was allegedly once his top lieutenant, control of the lucrative extortion racket, which reportedly rakes in a 1.5 million daily, was said by the police to have been at the heart of the conflict that for years had been a major factor fueling the high intensity of the crime in Spanish Town. According to the police statistics, Jamaica has 379 gangs, of which 262 are considered active. They account for 802 or 61% of the country's 1,323 murders in 2020. So my viewers, Jamaica have a little over 3 million people. But yet still, we have 379 different gangs. In one gang, you can have up to 50 to 100 man. So, wanna do the maths. Leave your thoughts in your comment in the comment section, my viewers and my sub. With no further ado, we want to say, wanna big up on yourself. Have a blessed morning. Continue to be safe. Walk good. Live good. Remember, today is another day. Keep yourself safe and sound so you can live to see tomorrow. So continue like, share, and leave a subscription to this channel. And stay tuned for more updates like this. Bless up.